rebirth. The concept of rebirth inevitably arises when discussing the afterlife. This idea is deeply ingrained in our culture and is a part of almost every religion, with Islam being a notable exception. However, what do those who have taken a scientific approach and are educated think about it? While they may believe in the principle of rebirth, they often find it challenging to accept its practical application. No one can definitively describe the state of life after death. It's not within our experience for a deceased person to be reborn and recall everything from their past life. Death is a state of being, and what lies beyond it remains unknown. Belief in rebirth is often rooted in religious faith. We believe in it because it's a fundamental aspect of our religious traditions. Spiritualists claim that the dead can be raised and made to communicate with the living. In its early days, spiritualism and divination or theosophy organized secret societies that facilitated communication between the dead and the living. The deceased soul was believed to possess a medium, using them to express their desires and anxieties to the survivors. Whether this entity is a deity or a ghost is a matter of debate. Nevertheless, the idea that an ordinary person can continue to exist in some form after death remains a profound puzzle rooted in faith. The foundation of many religions is the concept that the living entity is eternal and death cannot sever this connection. According to this belief, the soul leaves one body and takes on another, a process known as transmigration. All religions that subscribe to this view believe in rebirth. If rebirth is real, shouldn't memories of past lives be possible? In the yogic traditions of Jainism, Buddhism, and Hinduism, it's believed that when the barriers to memory are lifted, past life experiences will resurface. Interestingly, there are cases of people who claim to remember their past lives without undergoing any spiritual practices, and these stories often get published in newspapers. While it's natural to question the validity of these claims, it's also clear that past life memory isn't entirely improbable. Several documented cases have garnered attention worldwide, sparking debate about the possibility of past life memories. 2-year-old Manjulata, the daughter of a wealthy postmaster named Bhargava in Agra, claimed to have lived in a house in Duliaganji before her birth. When taken to the village, she accurately identified the house she claimed to have lived in, the house of lawyer Pratap Simha Chaturvedi. The girl provided many precise details about the house. It was later learned that the wife of the lawyer's brother, Vishweshwarnath, had passed away in 1952, around the same time Manjulata was born. A similar incident was reported from Cuba, where a 4-year-old child vividly described details of his previous birth, including his family members, home, and events that had occurred. There was no apparent way the child could have known these details. Another remarkable case involves the Pollock family in Northumberland, who had two daughters who died in a car accident. A few months later, Mrs. Pollock gave birth to twin girls. When the twins grew up, their family gave them a doll that belonged to his deceased daughters. To his surprise, the twins behaved exactly like his previous children, even describing the car accident in detail. In the realm of Buddhist traditions, a unique phenomenon can be observed. In Tibet, a unique tradition of identifying the reincarnation of a high-ranking Lama exists. When a Lama passes away, his successor is often identified through various signs and omens. In one instance, a Lama died, and after 4 years, a 4-year-old child was identified as his reincarnation. When the child was brought to the monastery, he immediately recognized a silver snuff box belonging to the deceased Lama, which a hermit had kept. The child also correctly identified the location of the Lama's room, which had been sealed off after his death. The child had only just arrived at the monastery, yet he seemed to know the place intimately. During the ceremony to receive the power, a cup of tea was placed in front of the child. The child saw it and said, "Don't use this. My own silver cup is in the storeroom, in the bottom box. Bring it." The family went to the storeroom and, in surprise, found a silver cup with the previous Lama's name engraved on it. The senior administrators of the monastery were unaware of the cup's existence. It was impossible for a 4-year-old child, born and raised in a remote village, to know anything about this monastery. This was his first visit to the town, and he had never seen the monastery before. He hadn't even heard about it. It's natural to feel perplexed by such incidents, especially when people are treated as if they are familiar with something they shouldn't know. The Tibetans' belief in past lives is strong, and this raises questions about the nature of memory. Normally, memory is a function of the brain, a product of the mind's ability to retain past experiences. However, the memory of past lives seems to defy explanation. Even if we accept the concept of eternal life, the physical body perishes, and a new body would have a new brain. How can the samskaras, or the impressions from a previous life, be carried over? These are complex problems that are difficult to explain. Labeling such phenomena as wonderful or extraordinary doesn't provide a solution. It merely describes the experience. Despite people's efforts to find explanations, the mysteries remain.